What's going on, everyone? Today we just finished up changing out the rotors on this. We picked up a brand new set of tires, and then today the last thing on the list is to address the drive shaft. So on these trucks, a lot of people sometimes will get a feeling when you come to a stop, if there's kind of like a thud, or when you're taking off, you feel kind of just like a little kick. The drive shaft is a two-piece, and there is a part in there that binds up because either lack of grease or it's kind of just worn out. So they sell this kit. I'll get the part number and I'll put a link to that below so you guys can check that out. It's about $15–20, and you can just go ahead and drop the drive shaft, and it's super simple. You just pull the splines apart, re-grease it, clean out the old stuff, put it back in right in place, and it's a quick fix. It's just something kind of everyone has to do to get rid of that, and then that should be our last project. And I think now that we've got it pretty much as close to good as new, we'll probably be listing this truck and picking out a new one. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. I'll bring you guys under there, show you the tools you'll need, and we should be good to go. All right, so you can see we also marked this for alignment, as well as, again, up at the front section of this. Right here, this is the only clip you need to take off, and they give you a replacement for that, or you'll just need to crimp it back in place. The other thing to remember is that you want your truck in neutral. So we also have the wheels lifted off the ground, supported by two jack stands. This is taking the pressure off, but once the jack stands are in place, you can drop it down. We just keep it there. And then up front, you want to make sure that you have your tires blocked, because your truck is going to be in neutral. And when you take this out, you will also be moving freely. So we're going to head and take off this last bolt. Again, these are just 12mm, and we're using a breaker bar to start them, and then just finishing with a box end wrench. If you have an impact, you can use that as well, but that's what we have with us today. So we'll go ahead and pull this off, knock this out, and slide it down, and we'll go clean it. All right, so those four are out. Now we're gonna go up here. Okay, so we went ahead and popped that off with a flathead screwdriver. We can toss this one because we have a replacement. And then this part right here, this boot will slide down. Everything is loose, so we can go ahead and tap that and pull this apart. And we are going to just use a 3-pound hammer to hit right here against this plate to break it off. And just be mindful, this is now free, so you don't want that to fall and hit you, so just keep an eye out. All right, so we've got that off, and then you'll see here these splines slide out. We just pull that back and we can drop it down. All right, so now that we have this out, our goal is going to be to clean out all these grooves, get everything wiped down, and we'll do the same thing underneath the truck just to get in there as much as we can before we put the new grease and the new band back on, and then we can go ahead and put it right back in place. All right, so now that we've got this one all cleaned up and cleared out of all the splines, we're gonna go underneath, clean that out, and then we will re-grease. And as you can see, it's pretty dry in there, so that's the reason you're getting that start and stop kind of bump, because everything's just binding in there. All right, so you get a grease packet and a new O-ring, and this is the part number for anyone looking for this. And I'll just go ahead and slide this O-ring on before we start. That way we do not lose that. And when you put it on, you will just clamp it on this little spot right here. You just squeeze that together and that'll tighten it up. So we'll go ahead and get this on here, and then also underneath we'll put some inside there as well. All right, so when you are done, it should look something like this, all the way around, nice and coated. We've got about that much left, and we're gonna take that and go underneath the vehicle and fill it in there. kind of all around the edge, and that way it gets pushed back in when we reconnect. All right, and then in the back, we've got our marks lined up again, and we will reinsert all 4 of those bolts and tighten them down, and we will be good to go. All right, so everything is in place. All right, so we went ahead and tightened this clamp. So what we'll do is take everything off the jack stands, lower it down, and then we'll get final torque on those 4 bolts, and we'll be set to go. All right, so that's gonna wrap up the 2-piece drive shaft repair. Super simple, something that was on our list for a while. We knew we wanted to get it done, and if we are selling it, I want it to be as good as possible for the next person. So yeah, we kind of went through, fixed everything we could that we knew was wrong with it, and now it'll be ready for its next owner. So thanks again for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below, like, and subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time.